Hello everybody, and welcome. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at your overall energy, current energy, challenge, future, something that you're aware of, advice, outcome, and what's working for you at this time, as well as what's working against you at this time. Now, I'm using a new Oracle deck that I got just the other day, so I'm going to be using the book to read from throughout this reading, because these cards also come with a small poem attached, and this particular video is for the sign of Virgo. Christ, come on. Excuse me. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck we have release and let go. The poem attached to this card reads, "Climbing a mountain, one can gather many beautiful stones, but to fly you need to release them." The description of this card reads, "Now is the time to let go. Pull in the oars of ambition and let the river carry you downstream. Release all struggle and agenda, all trying. There is an old maxim that says, 'What is for ye will not pass by ye.' Have the boldness to believe this and let the waters of life carry you in its current, buoyant, free." Yeah, this is definitely given the vibe of like you're being asked to go with the flow. And by the looks of the cards that are out here, there's going to be transformation, letting go, speaking up, and it looks like there's some like inner work here with like embrace your magnificence and take stock of your achievements, love unabashedly, listen, ask for help, create silence. All of this is going to tie in a little bit, but yeah, this is definitely a reading where whoever is coming across this is being asked to go with the flow. And at the bottom here, we also have create. So, I definitely get the vibe that, like, you're an individual who's more on, like, the creative side, or is more, like, creatively, damn, I forgot the word that I was going to use. Alright, so first up, for the overall energy, we have love unabashedly. The poem on this card reads, "Once the moon and I got arrested for such wild love in public. So we now meet secretly, but don't let that hold you back." The description of the card reads, "We often measure love, how much we're getting, how much we're giving, as if love could be put on a scale. But love is a wild thing born to be free. Let it romp and graze and frolic through the forests of your psyche. Take no stock of who owes you or what is adequate, appropriate, or sane when it comes to loving your life in dreams. Love freely, give it away, keep no tally. When you stop keeping score, love wins. So do you." Yeah, I feel like your idea, your perception of what love is, how love works, is changing. Yeah, because here, to further clarify that, we have the Ten of Wands. I feel like love is something that has really kind of sort of like been burdensome for you. I feel like that's something that you may have been focusing on a lot, and in a sense, because of that immense focus, it's just become more of a burden than something that, is enjoyable, something that can set you free. I feel like, throughout this reading here, now it makes a lot of sense, why you're really being guided to, like, focus on the self here. Because with the current energy, we have embrace your magnificence. The poem for this card reads, "To your magnificent throne you can return with benevolent acts towards yourself and others. A 4-year-old isn't self-conscious." Oops, sorry. The description of the card reads, "A 4-year-old isn't self-conscious about her power. She plays and struts and boastfully announces her ability to twirl and spit. This is the joy of being, taking up the fullness of your space and strutting the genius of you, unself-consciously, even as a young child would. This is an act of generosity. As you share your brilliance with the world, you grant permission for others to share theirs." Yeah, I feel like you tend to get too caught up in your head a lot, and that, like, takes you out of the moment, that prevents you from experiencing things fully. And out here, being further clarified by the moon card, I feel like that's because the unknown makes you uncomfortable, right? Not knowing where things are going to go, not knowing maybe how people will react, not knowing how, you're going to be received in any given situation can be something that, really creates a lot of maybe anxiety, social anxiety for you. Now for the challenge here, we have take stock of your achievements. This is a beautiful card. I mean, a lot of these cards are beautiful. I really love their like use of colors and like the style of the art itself. All right, so the poem attached to this card reads, "The stars are our trophies, and the planets too. Now you just need to realize the astounding achievement of just being who you ever are." Now, the description of this card reads, "Now is the time to do a fair and complete inventory of your achievements. Do not pause at your failures, disappointments, or incompletions. Instead, walk around for a day in your successes. You have survived 100% of your traumas and all that life has thrown at you. You are a walking, talking, breathing miracle. You have a radiant heart, a sharp mind, and a willing spirit. Your creativity has been expressed in 1,000 decisions that got you where you are today. It wasn't easy to arrive here at this point in life, but you did it. Be proud, embody the beauty and grace that got you here. It's yours." Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times you really focus more so on the failures and disappointments and, things you haven't finished than you do the things that you have accomplished, the things that you have finished, right? The things that you have achieved here. And to further clarify that, we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, I feel like this is speaking to, needing to give back to yourself, right? I feel like you're a very generous person and you have a habit of overgiving. You have a habit of mainly giving to others. And I feel like, at this time you're really being asked to, give to yourself, right? Be generous with yourself. Recognize yourself and all that you've been through. Now, for your future, we have create silence. The poem on this card reads, "The moon could speak but never does, 'cause she has found something of so much greater worth, silence." The description of the card reads, "Sit still and listen to the silence. Lay the distractions of the world at your doorstep and move toward the center of your heart where there is quiet. Your soul has secrets to tell, but it speaks in whispers. Lay your ear down toward that soul space and listen deeply. Where there was noise and chaos, now there is abundance and ease. Where there were warring thoughts, now there is peace. Silence will be your lover tonight. Court her, and the mystery will offer itself up to you, rolling in ecstasy at your feet." Yeah, I feel like this is really, you know, speaking to in the future, right? When it comes to any like conflict or issues you may have with people, you're being asked to sit in silence, right? Well, maybe not literally like sit in silence, but listen to that inner voice. Let that inner voice guide you. And the only way that you can really access that inner voice is, in stillness, in silence. That's where you sort of like get those downloads, those messages. You realize the signs and synchronicities that you've been running into. And now with the Five of Swords, right? I get that this is a lot about like when you are in conflict with other people, it tends to like cloud your judgment, and you really, instead of going to others for advice, what you really need to do there is, sit in silence with yourself. Listen to what your body's trying to tell you, listen to what the universe is trying to show you. Now, next up, for something that you're unaware of, we have ask for help. The poem on this card reads, "Inherent in looking up at the sky, or out upon an ocean, or at a small stream, or upon a flower, is in a real way saying, help me be as beautiful as you. The description of this card reads, we struggle as a culture with vulnerability, believing it makes us weak, but there is a magic in letting people see our humanity, our need. Open up the possibility to be met and aided in marvelous new ways. You're not required to do it all. In fact, doing it all strips your essence bare and limits the essential kindness that others desperately need to express. The alchemy of creative synergy can be found in this simple recipe. Offer what you can, and ask for what you need. Yeah, I definitely get the vibe that you're not the kind of person who likes to ask for help. And to further clarify that, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, here I really get that, learning when to ask for help, when to act upon that balance, that's really going to help change things for you, and not just like your luck. It's, you're gonna feel like things are starting to go your way once you really start to practice this. Now, for your advice here, we have listen. Now, the poem to this card reads, how do I listen to others, as if everyone were my beloved master speaking to me, his cherished last words? The description of this card reads, every day and in every way we are involved in the great conversation. You talk to Greater by expressing your wishes, hopes, and desires. You receive Greater's answer by listening. To snatches of conversation in an elevator, to song lyrics on the radio, to the words, signs, and symbols that come your way in any situation, you also listen through intentional silence, welcoming the presence that knows and shares all. Let yourself become a student of keep listening. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use that sacred ratio to gain more clarity and intimacy with Greater. I'm guessing, when they say Greater, they mean like, the universe or whatever it is you believe in, God, whoever. Yeah, I feel like this is something that kind of ties in with everything else, right? Oh my god, alright, hold on. Sorry about that. The dog kept barking and I had to go down and deal with that. But, let's see. Yeah, so with listen as your advice, right? It's like you're really being asked to stay conscious, stay aware of the signs and synchronicities that are like that are being presented to you, to try to help and guide you in the right direction. And to further clarify that, we have, well, on the card it says the gate, but this is judgment. Now, I feel like this is really speaking to, like, not literal judgment, but, like, sort of like the depiction here, right? Like, you're opening the door to that wisdom that the universe has for you, right? All you have to do is listen. You have to stay aware. You have to pay attention. And with that, you'll be picking up on the things that were meant for you to guide you in the proper direction, the right direction that you're meant to be going in. Alright, so for your outcome here, we have transform. The poem on the card reads, the snow and I are kneeling on roofs all over the world, and a spring will come to each life, and we will melt back into God. The description of the card reads, let go. Surrender whatever form you're clinging to. Like a phoenix carries certainty of rebirth in its breast. Go willingly to the fire and surrender whatever is aching to be reborn. Outdated beliefs, old ideas, worn out dreams, burnt out relationships. Anything that makes you feel too small, overly tired, or not enough are fire worthy. New life needs the space of transformation in order to take root. Drop your defenses and melt away all that does not belong. Yeah, and especially with the card at the bottom of the deck in the beginning being like release and let go, you know, that is in order to help you transform. It's going to really get you to this point of change that is necessary for you to, become who it is you are truly meant to be. And I mean, as humans, we all have many different phases, forms, and all that stuff. So, we are meant to keep growing, keep changing. To stay the same would cause you to be stagnant, and that is not going to feel good to anybody, whether it's you or those around you, That's something that is really going to just kind of mess things up for you. Eventually, that'll take you to like a tower moment. But regardless here, to further clarify transformation, we have the Four of Swords. So I feel like a lot of this here, this is like a time of healing. You're being asked to rest and recharge. Or maybe you're not being asked to rest and recharge, but that's, kind of what's going to positively contribute to this transformation. Now, for what's working for you at this time, we have clear away old energies. Let's see, 38. Alright, the poem on this card reads, the green leaves grew. Alright. The green leaves grew and swayed in the wind and turned so bright from knowledge, then returned to the holy again. All in the past is a sacred stepping stone, a shrine really to any who can see, and a broom is always near that can even sweep away a planet. The description of this card reads, it's time to clear away the old energies, just like giving away clothes that no longer fit or clutter that no longer serves your home. So, too, we must clear away energies that have run their course. Forgive, especially yourself. The plates that you keep spinning over your head all the time, let them fall to the ground. Consider which ones are truly worthy of your attention and energy right now, and let all else be swept away. Yeah, again, there are things that it's like this clear away old energies, right? This is the next phase in a sort of healing, okay? It's like, once you start listening to the universe, once you start really like paying attention and realizing what is really, meant for you, you can then clear away all that is not, which will make your path much easier. And then here, being further clarified by the Six of Wands, this is ultimately what's going to bring you towards success. This is ultimately what's going to get you closer to any sort of like personal or whatever victory here. You need to clear away the old to make space for the new. Alright, now lastly, for what's working against you at this time, we have speak your truth. Let's see, 24. The poem reads, the truth of who we are changes until you can hear the Buddha say, you are the very root of me, and you know that in the soul of your soul. The description of this card reads, "This is not the time to say the right thing. This is the time to say the only thing, to liberate the one true thing living in your heart that craves freedom. Do not sugarcoat or overanalyze. First, get centered and quiet to hear the truth as it lives in your core, and then speak it clearly with grace and integrity. An authentic life spoken truthfully will cost you comfort, relationships, and security, but it is worth everything. It is the soul of your soul." Now here for what's working against you at this time, I want to say you may be too quick to say what is on your mind. You may not really like have taken the time to sit with yourself and figure out, what it really what really needs to be said. Yeah, because being further clarified by the Page of Wands here, I really get that you're kind of just like moving forward into new things and not really, thinking. Like maybe like planning a new adventure, right? Maybe you're planning to travel and you're not really like, there are people that you need to inform there. This may involve, needing to have a conversation with somebody before leaving. And, instead of actually sitting down, thinking it through, maybe writing down what you want to say so that you can better organize your thoughts there. You're just going to talk to the person, maybe not even face to face, maybe it's going to be like a through text type of thing. And, this is not the way you want to communicate. You want to have a real, like, intimate conversation here to clear things out with somebody. You don't want to just send a few texts and that's it. Alright, Virgo. So this is the message that I have for you today. I do hope it serves you well. Be gentle with yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.